Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and it's finally time for another freaking update about my books. Happy January, happy 2024, happy New Year. Ugh. It it has been a while since I've been able to do one of these, mostly because I've been busy writing books, which is really what I want to be doing, not always making update videos. But today we're going to do the fantasy update for 2020, the first fantasy update of 2024. And I have so much to tell you about what's going on with me and my books. So let's start at the beginning. Harshug is on Ream. If you haven't been following the newsletters or the social media I have been posting, which we know I don't love, we know there's not a ton that gets posted. I know social media is not my thing, but I have been trying to post a little more on social media just to let people know what's going on. So Harshug is book 3 in the Frozen Wasteland series. Crowlack is entirely free on Ream. Actually, I think it's free on most platforms and retailers now. Maybe not Amazon. I still have to get to that one. But you can download it. You can read it. I'm giving it away. You should go enjoy it if you haven't already. Bribery, it was free if you're part of Ream, and that means you have to pick one of the 3 tiers. There is the reader tier, which is just getting, well, the free copy of Bribery, but also you get the chapters of Harshug. The second tier, the fan tier, gets an additional post, generally an essay, maybe some short story content. And then the super fan tier is going to, once there are people there, get some live streams instead of just this update video. And very likely we'll get early access to In Search of Spellcaster, like rough draft access to In Search of Spellcaster. I don't know yet. We're going to talk about that in a moment. So, if you would like me to do a quick walkthrough of Ream and how it works and what you should be looking at and what you should be reading, I'm happy to. Just let me know in the comments below or email me. It will be a question in a newsletter, so you can get it. The one thing I like about Ream over Patreon, and if you follow me from my romance writing, you know I use Patreon for early access with that. What I like about Ream is that it's designed for readers. There is a free tier that you're essentially following me instead of subscribing to the platform. I can post content, updates, videos. We can do a book club. We can do a movie club, whatever we want to do on that. We can have fun and talk about what has inspired these, what movies inspire me, what books inspire me, not just in the horror and fantasy genre, but in other genres that connect back to what I'm going to write. So that's something to keep in mind. So follow me if you're not really ready to commit to Ream, but you want to see what's going on and what kind of content I post. Also keep in mind the first 3 chapters of Harshug will be free for you to read, so you can get a sense if you want to continue. And you get 2 chapters a month for probably the next year. And then we'll move into In Search of Spellcaster after that. So that's what's happening with Harshug. What is happening with other things that I am writing? So I did National Novel Writing Month, and in that I wrote In Search of Spellcaster, which I intend to be book 2 in the Enduring series. And we're gonna, after Harshug is done on Patreon, I'm not going to be writing the horror, the dark fantasy stuff for a while because the 2 series are connected and I have to catch up in time to the Frozen Wasteland series with the Enduring series. The Enduring series, for those who haven't read Help Wanted New Devil yet, that takes place in like 1994, 95, 96. But the Frozen Wasteland series is now. So we've got to catch up. I can get ahead of time. So it's going to take a little while. But the first draft of In Search of Spellcaster was 66,000 words-ish. I've been playing with it a little after. and I'm only 2/3 of the way through. There's so much that has to happen. And this isn't even like 2/3 that I'm like ready to share. No, it's the 2/3 rough. 66 rough. There's no like emotion. There's no scene setting. There's no deep dives into what the characters are thinking and doing. It's really just Sarah telling Sarah the story. And that means it's going to grow. The first part alone was like 24 chapters. Like if we did that on Ream, if I just gave you the early 2 chapters a month access, you'd have a year of content there. And thus it's going to be very expensive to edit. And I do have to keep that in mind. How expensive is it going to be to edit something like this all at once? I think because everything's going to go on to Ream first, it makes a lot of sense, and I have to talk to an editor, see if I need a new editor to do this. But it might be edit part 1, get it up on Ream. While that's going on Ream, edit part 2, and then get that up on Ream. And then nothing will be published. There'll be ebooks that I will give the Ream participants, but no full book will be published until all 3 parts are done. And that could take like 2, maybe 3 years, depending on how long this ends up being. I don't know. And there is a strong chance, if the length is what I'm afraid it's going to be, I might need to publish it in 3 parts, like make it a sort of a trilogy within the greater series. I don't know. But I really love what I was able to do in November, how far ahead I got compared to where I thought I would be. I didn't think I was going to finish the book in November. So getting ahead of the game really helped. When am I going to finish it? My plan is for Camp National Novel Writing Month in April. That will be the month I finish this, the first draft, and start talking. I know it sits differently than other books. I'm not moving as quickly with it as I do with the horror books, but I'm moving faster than I do with the rom-coms on my other pen name. So it sits differently. And also, I know these characters probably too well at this point. So right now, what I'm looking at is launching, just getting more people reading Harshug. I did some giveaways of both Krowlack and Help Wanted New Devil in 2023, and the very first day of 2024, I was in one of those Stuff Your Kindle days for Help Wanted New Devil. I'm really thrilled that people are beginning to read it. People are beginning to buy it without me giving it away. They're leaving reviews. If you've read it and you haven't left a review yet, I would love it if you left a review. Same for Crowlack and Bribery, but Help Wanted New Devil is like really close to my heart, and I want people enjoying it and reading it and knowing what to expect. And only readers can tell other readers what they're going to like and what they're not going to like. So if you're not leaving a review for me, leave a review for other readers so other readers know what to expect. And give an honest review about what you liked or didn't like with the stars that represent that. 5-star, 1-star, 3 stars, I don't care. I just want numbers. I'm very interested in the numbers of reviews as the metric rather than the star range of reviews. So that's it. I'm going to be out about for the next month, but primarily promoting some romance stuff that's making its way into publication. So I'm going to try to make sure I do these every month again. I hope to have some great news. Maybe I'll get ahead of the game in February. Maybe instead of wanting to burn the world down and keep warm from the fire of the bridges that I'm burning, as is typical for me in February, maybe instead of that, I'll write and see where things stand. So that's it for January. Again, Happy New Year. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. There will be audiobooks in the near future because as Harsha gets done, there will be an audiobook to go with it. So, and then Help Wanted New Devil's audiobook is going to go onto on sale very shortly. It is technically up on sale. I just haven't done anything to promote it. So it will soon go on sale, but you can buy it on Kobo if you're ready to buy it now. It's only about $5. It was a labor of love I loved working with my audiobook narrator. So you can buy it now, if it not as expensive as most audiobooks. But have a great rest of the month, and I'll talk to you again in February.